winter storm warning. In Washington, West Slopes, Northern Cascades, and passes, including the Mount Baker ski area. Heavy snow expected. Accumulations of 2 to 4 feet above 4,500 feet. Travel could be very difficult to impossible. If you must travel, keep an extra flashlight, food, and water in your vehicle in case of an emergency. Backcountry conditions may become dangerous.
What's up, guys? It's Chad with Living the Van Life up here in Washington. Welcome to my home for the night. I've got my van posted up here in the Mount Baker ski area parking lot. The Mount Baker Wilderness is experiencing a winter storm warning. It's the first of 2019 and it's expected to snow very, very heavily. And I figured it'd be a good opportunity to bring you guys along for this adventure. I've got camp set up here. I'm gonna get the solo stove out. I brought some firewood. We're gonna have a campfire right here in the snow. We're even gonna cook a meal over the solo stove and see what we can get into. And look at it out here. It is freaking unreal right now. This is my view, basically out my front porch here, of this awesome winter scene. I mean, it's like being up in the Swiss Alps or something. Or it's like being up in the North Cascades of Washington State. Super stoked. Welcome aboard, guys. Getting quite the wind that's blowing in out of the south. So I took the snow that I removed from behind the van, piled it up along the side as a bit of a wind block to help protect the main part of the camp, which is going to be on the other side. One cool thing that I just learned by watching YouTube was get yourself a bag of cotton balls, a jar of Vaseline. Take your cotton balls, roll them around in the jar of Vaseline, zip them up tight in a Ziploc bag. These would pack in great for backpacking or anywhere you're going to go camping, and they make for really great fire starters. Even a cotton ball by itself, actually be surprised at how well it burns. Then you roll around in some petroleum jelly, that thing's going to burn for a while. And especially in these moist conditions where it's snowing and it's hard to get perfectly dry wood, these things work great. Another cool trick I learned just by observing Jason from Primal Outdoors build a fire. If you guys haven't checked out his channel, go on over there and check it out. He does a lot of this same type of stuff. He lives and travels in an overland trailer behind a F-250, and he makes a lot of really great content. Anyways, I was watching him make a fire and learned something from him when it comes to stoking your fire along. If you take your fingers and you make just a little window like that, and you blow through it, you can actually focus your breath right into the bottom of the fire, and that helps really, really well in getting that first initial hot burn going. This Solo Stove is awesome. The Ranger is compact enough to where it fits perfectly up in my Yakima rocket box, and it goes everywhere with me, and it makes it really convenient to have a fire in a situation like this. And here we are in a snowstorm having a nice warm fire. Originally I was questioning whether I would be able to have a fire under the awning or not, but actually I think it might work to my advantage. It's not getting anywhere near hot enough to melt the awning or burn it, but what it might be doing is actually keeping the awning warm enough to where the snow won't stick to it and it'll just run off like water. I'm gonna get a good bed of coals going in this thing, get it nice and thick down at the bottom, and then I am curious about being able to cook on it. We're gonna try it and see how it works. Oh. Cheers to you guys. Here's to a cup of whiskey. Figured I'd come out and enjoy the fire while the coals burn down. Getting ready to start preparing the meal for tonight. And boy, is tonight an actual experimental meal. I figured tonight it would be kind of cool to do a pizza in a skillet over a campfire. I'm not 100% sure that it's going to work, but I figured I'd bring you guys along for the adventure and see what we get out of this. So it should be pretty interesting. The snow is definitely coming down still. It's probably about 2 inches per hour. It's about 32 degrees Fahrenheit right now, which is 0 degrees Celsius. The diesel heater, as you can hear, is burning behind me and keeping the van nice and warm, so that when it's time to go to bed, it'll be nice and cozy. Just a little bit more here, we'll be ready to cook. Good whiskey. This thing is definitely putting out some heat. Now what I've got here is some mild Italian sausage, fresh from the deli. Oh yeah, starting to hear that sizzle in there. All right, so here's the makings for our pizza. I've got mushrooms, onion, red peppers, garlic, and Italian sausage. What I'm gonna do now is in the skillet, I'm gonna go ahead and cook up the vegetables along with the garlic, get those all cooked up the way that I want, and then we'll go on to the next step from there. Go ahead and put the garlic in there. Okay, so we've gone ahead and pre-cooked all of our pizza makings. And then from there, we're gonna take a piece of pizza crust and we're going to put it down in the skillet, put the skillet back over the solo stove, build our pizza on top of that, put the lid on it and see if we can slow roast ourselves a pizza to where it's nice and warm and crusty with melted cheese, and see if we can enjoy ourselves some pizza while living the van life up here in a winter storm. So far, I'm impressed with how things are coming together. Let's see how it goes from here. There we go, the skillet now has a pizza cooking inside of it. I have no idea if this is gonna work. I'm a little bit concerned with it burning on the bottom side, obviously, because that's first heat. I did put a couple pieces of firewood underneath just to get a little more space between the coals and the skillet. So time will tell. We'll see how this goes. So I was just sitting here trying to figure out how to keep the bottom of the crust from burning while getting the top to actually be able to cook like a normal pizza. And the bottom of the crust is cooking faster. So I was sitting here having an epiphany and wondering if I cut a couple wedges of wood to put down inside my skillet to get that pizza crust off the skillet, if that might not help it. So Figured I'd give it a shot. Nonetheless, look at that. That's starting to look like a pizza. So I'm gonna see if I can lift this thing up out of here. Guys, there's a pizza. I'm gonna put this wood down here. And I'm just hoping that that creates a little bit of airspace and for that heat to be able to come up and around. We'll give that a shot. And that right there, folks, is a campfire pizza. I cannot wait to sink my teeth into that thing. I am actually pleasantly surprised. I think we've got campfire success on the pizza. It's nice and crusty. The cheese is melted. You're never going to believe how good this is. It actually turned out. It's so good. Look at that. It's real pizza made over a campfire. I never even thought that this could be possible. And actually the one that I need to thank for this recipe and this idea is actually my mom. So, Mom, thanks much for the idea for cooking the pizza. Guys, it's delicious. This is seriously the coolest thing ever. The snow is falling down. The Mount Baker Wilderness is under a winter storm warning. And here we are, living the van life, eating pizza of all things that was cooked on a campfire. It's better than delivery. It's better than DiGiorno. And it's so messy. Especially when you got a beard and a mustache. The crust is actually perfect. It's got a nice crunch to it. Well, I would certainly say that was a successful dinner. I was a little apprehensive of how I would be able to pull that off, but super stoked that it actually worked. And it's one of those things that exploring certain things just pays off. I got the fire stoked back up. Just been chilling out here enjoying my cup of whiskey. Snow is still coming down. It hasn't stopped coming down in the last 24 hours. So that's pretty cool. Today is the last full moon of the decade, which I think is pretty special. I was thinking of maybe headed out for a walk. It's dark, but it's actually pretty surreal how much of a glow there is because of the full moon, even though it's cloudy and snowing. It would be cool just to walk out into nature for a bit. Breathe for a moment. Relax for a moment. Just take it all in. Oh man, it's so cool to get out here and be out in the wide open. Listen to that. That is the sound of nothing besides snow falling. There's a crazy glow, and I know that it doesn't show up on camera, but with that full moon, you really don't even need a flashlight. I can see the mountain over there and the trees. Look at this. Going gray already. I'm just set down right here in the snow. It's like a lazy boy. He just kicks his feet out. Holy damn, this is a crazy world that we live in. What is up with this planet? How is it that we exist in this and around it? Yeah. This is good stuff. What a good way to spend an evening. Wonderful meal. A few cups of whiskey. A walk out into nature as it just falls down upon you. I love the fact that the diesel heater is on, keeping the van nice and warm. Alright guys, I'm going to chill out and enjoy this moment. Head back and go to bed. I'll catch you guys in the morning. Good morning, guys. The snow is still coming down. I don't think it's stopped in the last 48 hours almost. There is probably 8 to 10 inches of snow on top of the Solo Stove, which leads me to believe it might have snowed like 12 inches last night because that Solo Stove was still warm when I went to bed. Man, what a cool opportunity to be able to come up here and wake up to this. It's 32 degrees outside. It's a nice warm 63 degrees here inside the van. That's 0 degrees Celsius and 17 degrees Celsius inside. The diesel heater kept me warm throughout the night, and I've just been running it on low, and it's plenty. This is awesome. I'm hungry. It's time to figure out some breakfast. Well, for this morning's meal, I brought the fixings for some biscuits and gravy. I thought I would try and build another fire in the Solo Stove and cook breakfast. I just love the fact that it's still snowing. It's been dumping nonstop. And here we are, with the wonderful shelter of the van, nice and cozy, while the snow is literally just piling up all around us. Yes. It's crazy to me to think about what it must be like if you were lost or stranded or stuck out in this type of weather in the wilderness, far from anybody's help or rescue. Just so thankful to have this, to be able to sit inside and enjoy it out there. But if I was lost in a survival situation, I tell you what, that is a whole nother ball game. Okay, it's time to start thinking about some breakfast here. This is so cool. Look at the amount of snow that we got just overnight. Remember when I got here yesterday, I cleared off the rocket box before I opened it up to get my cold weather gear and the solo stove out of there. And you can see how much snow is piled on top of it. Look at that thing, it's just buried in there. So freaking cool. It's like a little igloo in there. As you can see, the wall that I built as a windbreak for the van has actually worked really, really well. All the fresh snow stacked on top of it, and really made it nice and not having that wind out of the south blow through into camp. Home sweet home, guys. Being out camping doesn't mean you have to give up the comforts of home. Especially when you live in your van, you just bring your home with you. It's a little bit touch and go with the biscuits in the skillet over a fire like that. It's pretty hot, but they worked out. The gravy worked out really, really good. Nothing like a good old heritage American meal. Good old biscuits and gravy. Feels like a cowboy meal, to be honest with you. Cowboys and wagon trains exploring the West. I bet they ate just like this. I wonder how they cooked the biscuits back in the day. Well, guys, I'm going to wrap up this here van adventure. It's been awesome coming up here and living in my van in this winter storm, the first of 2019. I was stoked to have you guys on board. If you guys like the video, make sure and hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit the little bell next to the subscribe button. That'll notify you anytime videos like this are uploaded. Guys, it's just the beginning of winter season up here. Many, many more videos like this to come. So definitely subscribe to come on board. If you guys have any cooking suggestions, make sure and leave them in the comments down below. Let me know what you think of these videos. Alright, guys. I'm going to finish this meal and pack up and get the heck out of here. Peace out. Keep on trucking.